So hi. We know that the public presentation are very stressful. So to make it even worse for me, I will do everything live in the application. Okay. Yeah. So we have a total basic multi-sig DAO. With one council member, which is me, so it is a dictatorship. And we're gonna upgrade this DAO to use the NFT voting plugin. We have in here also a basic Sol wallet and DevNet Mango, which we'll use later in the presentation. Okay, so to start, we need to go to the new proposals. It's more advanced, like instruction creator. It will get some better UI later, I think. So we're gonna configure our DAO to use plugin. And to do that, we need to pass 4 instructions. So there will be a create NFT plugin registrat. It will create an instance inside the plugin of your DAO. We can say that. We need to have create NFT plugin max voter weight. So if it would have some nice UI, we would do it underneath for you. You would not need to input those instructions in there. It will be only seen in the proposal. And we need to configure NFT plugin collection. Everywhere we select the governance, which is the realm authority. Okay, so to use NFTs in a DAO to vote, we need to have to use a new Metaplex standard with the collection metadata. So if you have some old NFTs and you want to upgrade it to use new standard, you need to go to the collection.metaplex.com. And in here, you need to upgrade your NFTs if you have upgrade authority over them. In my case, I minted some Batmans in there, so there are 22 items in here. This is a DevNet collection. And we have this collection size field, which is fixed now because we need to wait when the Solana have resizable accounts. So it will be gone normally. So my collection size is 22. We have the collection weight. We can say it is multiple of votes. So if you have one NFT and you want to have 2 votes per one NFT, you would input in here 2. But in our case, we will have 1 vote per one NFT. And we need to have a collection public key, which you can get, of course, in here on the collectionmetaplex.com. So we're gonna paste it. Okay, so everything looks good. And the last very important instruction is to set realm config. So min community tokens to create a governance. So to create, for example, Solana wallet inside your DAO, you need to create a governance underneath. So to not block the DAO after we will upgrade the DAO to use a plugin, we can input something like 1 NFT, because we are thinking in NFTs now, not in the tokens. Okay, so, and we need our add-in instance. We have some predefined one program deployed. You can use your own instance if you have one, if you deploy it. Okay, and we don't remove a console now because we're gonna leave it for now. I will go to the params to say something about the console. Okay, so we're gonna add proposal. Okay, and we have our instructions in here. Can you read everything? So why I am not getting rid of the council votes? Because the very important thing before we switch to use any plugin is to check the governances in here. Because if we get rid of the council token and we're going to leave 1 million tokens to create a proposal in here, and for example, it would be some treasury account, it will be blocked forever. So we need to remember to check everything before we switch our DAO to use any plugins. Or when we do any like configuration changes. So we're gonna vote on that. Okay. Okay, and we can execute everything right now. So after executing everything, it will just switch the DAO, but also we can divide the configuration to 2 proposals, and we can configure collection and those 2 instructions that are creating our instance in the plugin. We can put it in 1 proposal, we can execute everything, and the actual switch will be when we will execute the realm config instruction. So we can delay the switching of the DAO by doing that. But in our case, we will just execute everything. Okay, and we can refresh our page. Okay, so we have our DAO is using NFTs now to vote. So we're gonna connect our wallet. So we have 22 NFTs that I have in my wallet. It is a whole collection. And the one thing we need to do when we are the first time in the DAO, we need to click the join button. So you need only to do it once. Okay, and for example, as an NFT DAO, we can send NFTs to our DAO. So I'm gonna do that. There are like multiple ways in Realms to send NFT or tokens inside. We can deposit them straight from the wallet. So I have one here. But also, the one thing you can do is to send any token or NFT straight to the Sol wallet, and it will create everything for you underneath. Okay, so we're gonna do it. So the one thing with the NFT is that is pretty cool that when you have a community DAO, that mostly the community DAOs have like 1 billion tokens in there, and you need a lot of money to buy tokens and to vote and have some have a big impact in your DAO. But in NFTs, there's like 10,000 of them in supply of the mint, or 20K. The vote thresholds are much lower, so it is like 4K of NFTs to vote on something. And even with one NFT, you can see the difference. It is, and it is pretty cheap in that, even if the single NFT is pretty expensive. Okay, so we have our NFT in here, and of course we can send it back to wallet from our DAO. It will make a proposal, because everything we do in DAO need a proposal. It's okay. Okay, so one thing we notice when we do work with NFTs that the NFTs transactions are pretty big, and they are hitting the limits everywhere. So what we did in here, we made an instruction processor that sort everything in a good order. And also, we have block-based timeouts instead of the time period timeouts. So according to secret Solana documentation, when you sign the transaction, from that time, the validators have only 152 blocks to process the transaction. And if that validator doesn't confirm the transaction by that block time, it will never reach blockchain, because in the Solana we have a timeouts that are, and the transactions never reach it. Okay, so we're gonna execute this. Because normally in most projects the timeouts are time period based, like 60 seconds, and in that case you are not sure if the transaction reached the blockchain or not. So with that approach, which we have, we can do retries in our transactions. Okay, so it should be back in my wallet now. Okay, so it is there. I think it is the one NFT. It's completed. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna do some trading with our assets from the DAO on the Mango platform. It is. I think it is pretty cool to show that. So this thing can do, any DAO can do this thing. It is not related much to the NFTs DAO. You can do it with the multi-sig or something. So we're gonna invest our DevNet MNGOs, and we're gonna create a Mango account with the delegate address, which the delegate will be my wallet. Okay. So the one thing with the delegates inside the Mango platform is that they can't withdraw the assets. So you can safely delegate to someone your assets, and the only thing they can do is trade it to zero. So if he is bad trader, he will maybe lose it, but there is no like profit in that for him. So we're gonna create a Mango account, and we're gonna send 10 MNGOs from our DAO to Mango. Okay. Okay, so there's 10 MNGOs. We create account and we delegate it to our wallet. Okay, we need to execute everything. So mostly, in most cases, those proposals are getting last for 3 days. But in our case, because I own every NFT and the basic setting of the DAO allows that the voting will end when there is no mathematical possibility of outvoting me. So the proposals are ending right away, but you can also change the vote tipping in here. The vote tipping for governance, sorry. It is in governance, so this is the vote tipping. You can have strict, early, or disabled. So if it is disabled, as I remember, it would last 3 days. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the Mango platform. Okay, so I will maybe hit the refresh. And we're gonna connect with our wallet. And I have plenty of accounts in here on the DevNet, so we're gonna check our investments. So it is C4 account. Okay, and I am the delegate of the C4. I can't withdraw the assets, but we're gonna trade it for the USDC. So we're gonna buy assets for our DAO. In that case, we can have a USDC and buy, for example, Serum for our DAO. Okay, so we're gonna sell the MNGO. Okay. Okay, so now we have the USDC in here. We're gonna check. Okay. Now we can refresh the page. Okay, there's like no investments in here. We're gonna copy the address of our Sol wallet because we can send any token in there, and we have our USDC in here. Okay, one. Okay. And of course, on the withdraw, we also need to vote because it is a DAO doing it. So yes. I will maybe settle all also on the platform. Okay, and we can execute everything in here. So normally on mainnet, this would look like MNGO and USDC. Okay, so yeah, now we have, we send it to the Sol wallet, so there is a new token account with our USDC, and there is a one USDC, so yeah. Does anybody have any questions maybe?
On.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Did you look into voting with more than, let's say, 10 or 20 NFTs?
Yes, we can process like unlimited amounts of NFTs because we have this transaction processor. So we can put 10 NFTs in one transaction, and we can play it in parallel or sequence. And we give ability to retry, and we have the timeouts. So yeah, there is like unlimited NFTs. It would be like in case when you have 100 NFTs, it will be 10 transactions, but you can do that. You can vote with any amount. Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, really nice what you presented. What do you think are the next steps of the NFT sphere, and what is going to be asked for votes? I'm assuming it's going to also be something with attributes too. Do you think that's something that potentially you're going to put into consideration for weight?
Yeah, I hope this will be the good answer to that, but I think the NFTs are a good way to show that you are in DAO. So it is better way than to have the community tokens, for example, because you can even put a picture in the Twitter profile, and everyone see that you are a part of this DAO. You don't do that with the tokens. You don't send your wallet to someone to show that you have like 1 billion mangoes or something. We can think that the NFT and DAO will be like more of a social club, and yeah, so it is better in my opinion than to have the community tokens in there. Yeah.
For the creation of proposals or voting, would any of the costs be able to be fronted by essentially the Treasury Sol wallet rather than the users, especially when you're going into like larger 10, 20K collections? So instead of your user base paying, it's a relatively minor Sol fee.
You can pay from the Sol of the DAO, yeah. Perfect. Sol Treasury for the transactions, yes. This is like okay. So when we create a proposal, we can We did that actually, but I don't remember. I did that in the code, so we create the accounts in there. Probably this is maybe Sebastian remember how we did that.
Yeah, I can help. Yeah, so essentially the DAO, what we call the DAO wallet, behaves like any other wallet, right? So there's no difference between the DAO wallet and your Phantom wallet. And whatever you can do with Phantom, you can do with the DAO wallet. Just the only difference is that anything that you do with DAO wallet has to be approved by the governance rules, right? Other than that, it's just the same things, which means that you can create a proposal and the DAO wallet can be the payer on those transactions.
Yeah, actually, we did that with the Manga account because there is like 0.03 Sol to create a Manga account. So there is a Sol wallet, another Sol wallet created underneath that we take the fee from the proposal creator, and it is transferred to that Sol wallet, and we then pass it to pay for the creation of the Manga account. No. Only the one who creates the proposal, but it is very cheap.
Yeah, the question was, could we have it so that all of those transaction costs are from the central DAO wallet?
From the central DAO, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay, then it's a different question.
Yeah.
No, no, because somebody has to approve that, right? And
Yeah.
but what's possible is to reimburse after a vote, right? And that probably is also the what we want to have to discuss about how to reward DAO members for participation, and because all the vote records are stored on chain. So we know exactly who voted and what was the voting weight, and we know how much they spent. And that, after the fact, we can reimburse based on that, yes.
Okay, so thanks. Any questions, maybe? Okay.
It's kind of adjacent, but I remember reading a white paper about sort of a wrapping protocol that allowed transactions to be paid in a token rather than Solana itself. So you can,
it might switch underneath.
Yeah, so you could switch. So at some point, would it be possible to do that on realms where you're paying in your DAO's governance token?
Yeah, I think so. We can trade it on Mango, so we can integrate it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, good. Okay, so thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.